The Modern Witch of Mexico City. 2004. The night was unusually still over the outskirts of Monterrey, Mexico City. In the winter of 2004, the air was heavy with dust, the streets lit only by the occasional flickering street lamp. Officers Juan Hernandez and Carlos Martinez were on their usual patrol, the radio crackling faintly in the silence of the early morning. They'd driven this route 100 times, narrow dirt roads lined with dry brush, the mountains rising dark in the distance. Nothing ever happened here. Nothing should have happened here. But that night something did. Carlos was the first to see it. "Juan, what the hell is that?" he muttered, squinting through the windshield. A dark shape was falling from the sky, fast, twisting like a shadow with wings. It crashed into the road just ahead of them with a dull thud. The headlights caught it, a tangle of black cloth, feathers, and something else. Something alive. Juan slowed the patrol car, his hand hovering near his gun. "Probably a bird," he said, though his voice wavered. Then the shape moved. It rose slowly, the fabric peeling back from a body. A human body. She stood under the beam of the headlights. A woman in tattered black robes, her hair long and tangled, clinging to her face like seaweed. Her skin was pale, almost gray, and her eyes, they were not eyes. They were two black voids gleaming like oil in the light. Carlos gasped. "Dios mío." Before they could react, her head turned, too fast, too smooth, like a puppet jerked by invisible strings. Her mouth opened, showing teeth that were too long, too sharp. And then she lunged. She slammed into the windshield with a shriek that pierced the night. Her hands, a clawed, filthy wang, scraped against the glass, leaving deep, splintering marks. Her face pressed close, her black eyes unblinking, her mouth twisting into a snarl. The wipers smeared blood and dirt across the glass, and the car rocked from her weight. Juan slammed the gas pedal. The tires screeched, throwing dust and gravel into the air as they sped down the empty road. But when Carlos dared look back, she was flying, hovering on keeping pace with the car. Her body bent forward unnaturally, hair whipping behind her like smoke. She screamed, a sound that wasn't human, something between a wail and a growl. The patrol lights flickered, the radio hissed with static, and then, suddenly, she vanished into the darkness. They didn't stop driving until they reached the main road, hearts hammering, faces pale with shock. At the station, the two men filed an official police report, describing everything and the fall from the sky, the black eyes, the attack. Their colleagues laughed at first, calling it fatigue or nerves or too much tequila. But the next day, other officers came forward with similar stories. Strange lights in the sky, a dark figure moving between trees, a woman's scream echoing across the fields. The newspapers picked it up. Locals began leaving offerings at crossroads, salt, candles, crosses. Children were told not to go out after dark, and the legend grew. People began calling her La Bruja Voladora, the flying witch. Some said she was an ancient Nahual, a shapeshifter who fed on fear. Others claimed she was the spirit of a woman executed centuries ago for witchcraft, her curse tied to the night sky. To this day, some officers refuse to patrol that area after midnight. Drivers report seeing a woman hovering above the tree line when the moon is full, her long black hair drifting in the wind, her empty eyes glowing faintly red. And if you ever drive those roads alone, and your headlights catch a shape falling from above, don't stop, because she still watches, still hungers, still flies.